Imagine seeing the path ahead clearly while others stumble blindly, reacting to every distraction and announcing every move. You act quietly, deliberately, and with intention, while the world debates, competes, and reveals its plans prematurely. By the time they realize what has happened, your success is already achieved. This is the essence of unseen strategy, the ability to move with precision, protect your ideas, and turn discretion into a powerful advantage. It is not about secrecy for fear of judgment, but about control, foresight, and leveraging the hidden power of patience and timing. In a world that rewards visibility and applause, the silent strategist thrives in the shadows, letting results tell the story instead of words or hype. In a culture obsessed with immediate recognition, constant sharing, and public validation, the power of quiet, deliberate action is often underestimated. Yet it is the difference between fleeting effort and lasting achievement. This book will guide you through the principles of unseen strategy, how to plan without exposure, exercise patience as opportunities mature, and execute moves with calculated timing to maximize impact. You will learn how to protect your vision, influence outcomes subtly, and build invisible strength that others cannot replicate or disrupt. Ultimately, mastering the art of acting silently allows you not only to achieve your goals, but to create a legacy that endures long after the noise of the moment has faded. Chapter 1. Thinking ahead in silence. Success rarely comes to those who announce every step before taking it. In a world that glorifies visibility and immediate recognition, the act of planning quietly is often undervalued, yet it is one of the most powerful tools a strategist can possess. Thinking ahead in silence is not merely about withholding information, it is the deliberate cultivation of foresight, discipline, and awareness. It allows you to anticipate obstacles before they arise, prepare thoroughly for multiple scenarios, and act with precision while others remain reactive and distracted. The ability to think ahead in silence provides control over both your actions and your environment. By maintaining privacy around your goals, you reduce the risk of external interference, envy, or sabotage. Each decision, when guided by foresight and careful planning, becomes a step toward success rather than a reaction to circumstance. Private goal setting allows you to define your path clearly, refine strategies without external pressure, and develop resilience against unforeseen challenges. Strategic thinkers understand that foresight is cultivated through observation, reflection, and scenario analysis. By mentally rehearsing multiple outcomes and evaluating potential responses from others, you equip yourself to act decisively when the timing is right. This mental preparedness creates a sense of calm and confidence that distinguishes silent planners from those who are constantly scrambling, reacting to events as they unfold. Ultimately, thinking ahead in silence transforms you into a quiet force. You move deliberately, like a shadow in motion, present, aware, and fully prepared while the world remains unaware of your full potential. When the moment to act arrives, your preparation manifests as decisive action, giving you a clear advantage over those who relied on noise, announcements, or haste. The quiet thinker is patient yet purposeful, invisible yet influential, and always steps into opportunity fully equipped to succeed. Understanding the importance of private goal setting. Private goal setting is the cornerstone of strategic thinking and the foundation upon which all silent success is built. Clearly defining your objectives allows you to channel your energy, attention, and resources into actions that genuinely matter, avoiding distractions, trivial pursuits, or the temptation to seek external approval. When your goals are private, they are shielded from the judgments, doubts, and potentially negative influences of others. External opinions, even well-meaning ones, can create hesitation, second-guessing, or pressure to conform disruptions that silent strategists cannot afford. Privacy does more than just protect your plans. It fosters an environment where creativity, insight, and innovation can flourish. Working in silence gives you the freedom to experiment, explore unconventional ideas, and refine your methods without outside interference. It allows you to learn from mistakes privately, iterate strategies, and adapt approaches until they are effective and resilient. Furthermore, maintaining discretion cultivates patience, discipline, and mental clarity qualities that ensure you act decisively when the moment is optimal. By nurturing your objectives quietly, you not only preserve their integrity, but also gain flexibility, strategic control, and the psychological advantage of acting from a position of preparedness rather than reaction. In essence, private goal setting transforms ambition into a silent force. It enables you to construct a roadmap toward success without the noise of external pressures, positioning you to reveal results that carry maximum impact and leave others surprised by the effectiveness of your planning. Silent growth, hidden preparation, and deliberate action combine to create the advantage that separates those who succeed fleetingly from those who achieve enduring, unseen mastery. Planning strategically versus oversharing. Planning is the silent engine behind every significant achievement. It is the act of preparing, anticipating, and structuring your actions in a way that ensures your goals are reached efficiently and effectively. True strategic planning involves careful evaluation of resources, meticulous consideration of potential obstacles, and the creation of contingency plans, all conducted quietly without broadcasting intentions to others. Every element of the plan is considered in relation to timing, opportunity, and impact, ensuring that when the moment to act arrives, execution is smooth, decisive, and maximally effective. In contrast, oversharing can be one of the most damaging mistakes for an ambitious strategist. Revealing your plans prematurely exposes them to criticism, competitive interference, or even sabotage. It shifts the focus from execution to perception, creating pressure to deliver before you are fully prepared. Oversharing can invite unnecessary scrutiny, erode flexibility, and compromise the very advantage your strategy seeks to protect. The difference between planning strategically and oversharing lies not just in preparation, but in understanding the timing of disclosure. Strategic thinkers recognize that information is a resource they choose when, how, and to whom to reveal it. Acting too early can weaken leverage, while revealing too late may miss critical opportunities. By maintaining a clear boundary between private preparation and public disclosure, you preserve control, protect your advantage, and allow your results to speak louder than your intentions. Planning strategically ensures that your actions are deliberate and impactful, while oversharing often forces reactive decision-making and reduces effectiveness. The silent strategist understands that the true power of a plan lies not in announcing it, but in executing it flawlessly at precisely the right moment. Developing mental foresight and scenario thinking. Mental foresight is the ability to anticipate events before they occur, to understand the ripple effects of decisions, and to prepare for both opportunities and obstacles long before they become apparent to others. This skill allows you to operate several steps ahead in any environment, be it professional, personal, or competitive, turning uncertainty into a source of strategic advantage rather than a limitation. Practicing foresight involves deliberate mental exercises such as scenario analysis, visualization, and reflective thinking. Scenario analysis encourages you to imagine multiple possible futures, considering how each choice might unfold and what reactions it may provoke from colleagues, competitors, or external stakeholders. Visualization helps you mentally rehearse actions, decisions, and outcomes, sharpening the mind for effective execution when real-world conditions match your mental rehearsal. Reflective thinking strengthens judgment by analyzing past experiences, identifying patterns, and applying lessons to new situations. By regularly engaging in these exercises, you cultivate situational awareness, develop sharper decision-making, and learn to respond with precision rather than impulse. Scenario thinking transforms uncertainty from a source of anxiety into a realm of opportunity. While others react to events as they unfold, you are prepared with pre-thought-out strategies, contingencies, and adaptive solutions. Over time, this mental discipline fosters confidence, reduces the risk of reactive mistakes, and positions you as someone who consistently operates with clarity and foresight. In essence, developing mental foresight is about creating an internal map of possibilities, allowing you to move deliberately, seize opportunities before they are obvious, and achieve results that appear effortless to outsiders. Learning from leaders who acted quietly to achieve impact. History and contemporary examples show that the most influential leaders, innovators, and achievers rarely made noise before acting. They understood that premature disclosure or public ambition often invites interference, criticism, or attempts to undermine plans. Instead, these leaders focused on preparation, observation, and timing, ensuring their moves were deliberate and effective. For example, innovators in business may spend years developing a product quietly, refining features, testing markets, and perfecting execution before launching, leaving competitors scrambling to respond. Political leaders often negotiate behind closed doors, building alliances and securing agreements without alerting the public or rivals until the moment is strategically advantageous. Even military strategists throughout history have relied on secrecy, careful observation, and patient execution to secure victories without tipping off opponents. Studying such leaders reveals a central principle. Visible effort or constant announcement of intent does not guarantee results. Instead, success stems from thorough preparation, strategic patience, and executing at precisely the right time. Observing their methods teaches a valuable lesson. Planning in silence, acting decisively, and revealing outcomes strategically amplifies impact. By adopting this mindset, you learn to prioritize effectiveness over recognition, substance over spectacle. Silent action ensures that your work speaks for itself, measured by tangible results rather than the noise you create. Over time, this approach not only enhances personal achievements, but also builds credibility, authority, and influence, allowing you to make a meaningful difference while remaining largely unnoticed until your results demand attention. Chapter 2. The Risks of Revealing Too Much. In today's hyper-connected world, sharing has become the norm. Social media platforms encourage constant updates. Professional networking rewards visibility, and cultural norms often equate openness with trustworthiness. Yet the very environment that glorifies transparency can also be a minefield for ambition. Revealing your plans too early is one of the most overlooked ways people undermine their own success. Every individual who becomes aware of your intentions, whether a colleague, competitor, or casual observer, has the potential to influence your path. Some may offer criticism, consciously or unconsciously, that creates doubt. Others may feel envy and work to impede your progress, and still others may attempt to preempt, imitate, or sabotage your initiatives. The more visible your intentions, the higher the likelihood that your carefully crafted plans can be disrupted, diverted, or diluted before they even come to fruition. The essence of unseen strategy lies in the ability to act quietly while maintaining full control over your ideas, timing, and execution. When your actions are discreet, you preserve the flexibility to experiment, refine, and adapt your approach without external pressure or interference. What remains hidden cannot be challenged, copied, or exploited, and what is kept private retains its maximum strategic power. Discretion allows you to move with precision, choosing the right moment to act in a way that produces the most impactful results. Moreover, secrecy is not merely defensive. When used strategically, it becomes a tool to shape outcomes, protect intellectual and personal capital, and enhance influence. This chapter delves into the inherent risks of oversharing, illustrating why premature disclosure often leads to obstacles, missed opportunities, or even failure. It also explores how discretion can act as a shield, safeguarding your efforts from unnecessary scrutiny while simultaneously amplifying your effectiveness. By learning to navigate the fine line between openness and concealment, you gain the power to act deliberately, safeguard your advantage, and achieve results that are both significant and resilient. In a world that rewards noise, mastering the art of restraint transforms privacy into a strategic weapon, a foundation upon which unseen success is built. How oversharing attracts criticism, jealousy, or sabotage. Sharing your intentions too early may seem harmless or even beneficial, but it can quickly create a host of unintended problems. Every person who becomes aware of your plans, whether close colleagues, friends, or family members, can influence your journey in subtle or overt ways. Even well-meaning advice can distract you, introduce doubt, or push you toward unnecessary compromises. Meanwhile, the individuals with less noble motives, competitors, rivals, or opportunists, can seize on your disclosed intentions to gain advantage, mimic your ideas, or even actively obstruct your progress. Jealousy, often subtle, is a powerful force. It can manifest as undermining comments, gossip, or attempts to discredit your competence. Over time, these pressures can erode confidence, stall momentum, and reduce the effectiveness of your strategy. Consider a professional entrepreneur who shares their business plan months before a product launch. By broadcasting their roadmap, competitors now know precisely what is coming, giving them ample time to prepare counter strategies or launch similar offerings. Even internally, team members may start questioning the plan, introducing hesitation or doubt that slows execution. By contrast, keeping plans private limits exposure to such risks. Privacy provides a protective buffer, allowing ideas to develop, strategies to evolve, and actions to be tested and refined without external interference. It fosters an environment where creativity can flourish, Decisions are made based on evidence rather than opinion, and execution occurs with optimal timing. In essence, discretion preserves not only the integrity of your ideas, but also the freedom and flexibility to act decisively when the moment is right. Navigating social and professional dynamics with discretion. Every social or professional setting operates with a hidden network of power dynamics, alliances, and unspoken expectations. Revealing your plans indiscriminately can unintentionally disrupt these delicate dynamics, weakening your position or giving others an opportunity to influence outcomes in ways that are not in your favor. Discretion is not a synonym for secrecy born of fear or mistrust. It is a conscious practice of observing, understanding, and engaging with awareness of your environment and the people in it. A person who exercises discretion actively studies the dynamics around them before revealing strategic information. They identify allies who can support and amplify their goals, recognize potential adversaries who may resist or undermine their progress, and determine the right timing and context for sharing necessary details. This approach ensures that relationships remain constructive, influence is preserved, and actions proceed with minimal interference. Discretion allows you to maintain leverage over your environment while providing the flexibility to adapt strategies as conditions change. By sharing selectively only what is necessary with those who will act responsibly, you safeguard your initiatives, enhance your credibility, and retain the power to act decisively while others remain unaware of the full scope of your intentions. In doing so, strategic discretion transforms interpersonal awareness into a potent advantage that few can predict or counter. Lessons from failures caused by early disclosure. History and contemporary experiences repeatedly illustrate the dangers of revealing plans prematurely. When projects, strategies, or personal ambitions are exposed too early, they become vulnerable to imitation, counteraction, or criticism that can derail progress. Early disclosure shifts focus from execution to perception. Others may react to your stated intentions rather than letting your actions speak for themselves. Even minor goals shared publicly can generate unforeseen challenges. Competitors may adjust their strategies, colleagues may become defensive, or social pressures may unintentionally alter motivation and priorities. Consider the scenario of an employee announcing a desire for promotion at the start of the year. By broadcasting their ambition, peers may react competitively, attempting to outshine or obstruct them. Managers, consciously or unconsciously, may view them differently, assigning tasks or responsibilities in ways that complicate progress. Even well-meaning advice or feedback can inadvertently create doubt or distraction. In contrast, maintaining privacy allows the individual to quietly build competence, demonstrate results, and reveal readiness at a strategically chosen moment. The outcome is often more impactful. The prepared individual surprises others with undeniable performance, avoids unnecessary resistance, and strengthens credibility. These examples underscore a key principle. Timing is everything. Controlled disclosure is not about secrecy for secrecy's sake. It is about protecting your path, maximizing influence, and ensuring that when your plans are revealed, they achieve the greatest possible effect. Using secrecy as a protective and strategic tool. Secrecy is frequently misinterpreted as fear, avoidance, or a sign of distrust, but in the hands of a strategist, it becomes a powerful and deliberate tool. Strategic secrecy allows you to control the flow of information, preserve your advantage, and maintain flexibility in complex environments. By carefully determining what to reveal, to whom, and when, you can shield your ideas from interference, reduce vulnerability to competition, and maintain the element of surprise, enhancing the effectiveness of every action you take. For example, in professional negotiations, keeping your priorities, thresholds, or bottom line confidential ensures that you retain leverage. You can respond to counteroffers, adapt your strategy, and extract maximum value without giving opponents insights into your position. Similarly, in creative or entrepreneurial endeavors, quietly developing a project ensures that competitors cannot anticipate your next move. This controlled approach allows you to reveal your efforts when they are fully ready to succeed, maximizing impact, credibility, and market advantage. Strategic secrecy is active, not passive. It is a tool that empowers rather than restricts. When used consciously, it amplifies outcomes, protects vision, and enables execution to proceed without obstruction, ensuring that every step is deliberate and every achievement resonates with maximum effect. Psychological insights into oversharing. Oversharing is often more than a habit, it is a deeply rooted psychological behavior. At its core, It stems from the human desire for validation, recognition, or reassurance. Many individuals feel compelled to announce their goals, progress, or ambitions to receive praise, approval, or attention. Social media amplifies this tendency, rewarding visibility and frequent updates with likes, comments, or perceived social approval. Even in professional settings, people may share plans or ideas early to demonstrate competence, signal ambition, or gain support. However, this natural inclination carries significant risks. When goals are revealed too soon, the individual becomes vulnerable to external judgment, criticism, and unsolicited advice. Oversharing also creates social pressure to perform before fully preparing, increasing stress and anxiety. Rather than providing clarity, it can fragment focus, invite competition, and undermine the autonomy of the thinker. Competitors, peers, or even well-meaning colleagues may influence decisions or attempt to steer outcomes, limiting the freedom to experiment, learn, or refine strategies in private. Strategic individuals recognize that restraint is not just a tactical advantage, it is a psychological one. Choosing silence over disclosure allows the mind to work unhindered, reduces anxiety, and reinforces self-trust. By keeping plans private, the individual maintains control over both the external environment and their internal state, enabling thoughtful analysis, reflection, and foresight. Mental discipline, resisting the impulse to seek approval or broadcast intentions, becomes as crucial as technical skills, resources, or intelligence in achieving lasting success. In essence, the ability to manage the psychology of disclosure transforms patience and discretion into strategic power, turning unseen actions into outcomes that are both deliberate and impactful. Chapter 3. Mastering Patience and Timing. In a world dominated by speed, immediate gratification, and constant visibility, patience often seems counterintuitive. Everyone is rushing, making decisions, announcing ideas, and acting on impulse. But those who understand the power of timing and restraint consistently outperform those who move hastily. Patience is not passive waiting. It is an active, deliberate process of observation, reflection, and preparation. Timing is the invisible lever that turns careful planning into tangible results. Acting too early or too late can diminish even the most brilliant strategies. This chapter explores the profound art of patience, teaching how to observe strategically, evaluate opportunities, and execute at the most advantageous moment. By mastering patience and timing, you protect your plans, anticipate challenges, and ensure that your actions create the maximum possible impact. The role of patience in achieving success. Patience is one of the most underestimated qualities in personal and professional growth. It is not passive or weak, it is the conscious decision to wait, to prepare, and to act when the time is optimal. Those who rush often make mistakes. Premature decisions can lead to missed opportunities, public failure, or wasted resources. For instance, an entrepreneur may delay a product launch to refine its features, ensuring that it is truly competitive and well received by the market. In personal development, someone might patiently build knowledge and skills over years, gradually gaining expertise that outlasts short-term success. Patience gives you the mental clarity to weigh risks, evaluate outcomes, and act with foresight. It also strengthens resilience, helping you endure setbacks and remain committed to long-term objectives. The patient strategist understands that lasting success is a marathon, not a sprint. Patience is the foundation of discipline, allowing you to maintain composure, avoid impulsive actions, and create opportunities for significant impact. By cultivating patience, you develop the ability to act decisively when others are still reacting or hesitating. How timing affects opportunities. Even the most brilliant ideas or well-laid plans can fail if executed at the wrong moment. Timing is critical because it shapes the context in which your actions are received. An idea introduced too early may be dismissed or overlooked. One presented too late may lose relevance or be overtaken by competitors. Strategic thinkers observe trends, environmental conditions, and the behaviors of others to determine the optimal moment for action. A professional, for instance, might wait to propose a major project until the leadership team is most receptive, thereby maximizing approval and minimizing resistance. Markets, relationships, and competitive landscapes fluctuate constantly, and understanding these rhythms allows you to act when the potential for impact is greatest. Timing is not just about external conditions, it is also internal. Being ready means your skills, resources, and strategy are aligned with the opportunity. Patience and preparation combined allow you to strike at the perfect moment, creating an effect that seems effortless to observers, yet is the result of careful orchestration. The concept of delayed revelation. Delayed revelation is the practice of withholding your plans, intentions, or actions until the optimal moment. Revealing your strategy prematurely exposes it to criticism, competition, or sabotage. By keeping moves private, you protect your vision and increase the impact when actions are eventually revealed. In business, a company may quietly develop a groundbreaking product before launching it strategically, gaining a competitive advantage. In personal life, someone might quietly work on a skill, relationship, or personal goal before announcing progress or achievement. The principle is simple. Conceal your preparation until execution, allowing your results to create the story rather than words or promises. Delayed revelation also strengthens credibility. When people see results without prior hype, they perceive competence, precision, and authority. Strategic thinkers understand that silence is not secrecy for its own sake. It is a deliberate choice to maximize impact, maintain flexibility, and control perception. Observation as a tool for timing. Patience alone is insufficient. It must be coupled with careful observation. Observation allows you to understand your environment, anticipate others' actions, and identify opportunities that may be invisible to the unprepared. Strategic observation involves noticing patterns, subtle cues, and the flow of events. For example, in negotiations, observing body language, tone, and responses can guide when and how to act. In competitive settings, watching market movements or competitor behavior can reveal openings for strategic advantage. Observation converts passive waiting into active preparation. By continuously analyzing situations and people, you position yourself to make moves with precision and confidence. Observation also sharpens foresight, helping you to anticipate challenges and prepare contingency plans. By the time the moment arrives, you have already envisioned outcomes, adjusted strategy, and positioned yourself advantageously. The combination of patience and observation is what transforms waiting into power. Developing patience through mental discipline. Patience is a skill that can be cultivated with intention. Mental exercises like mindfulness, journaling, reflection, and scenario planning strengthen the ability to resist impulsive action. Developing patience involves learning to tolerate uncertainty, manage emotions, and focus on long-term objectives rather than short-term gains. By practicing delayed responses, weighing consequences, and analyzing multiple outcomes, you train your mind to respond strategically instead of reacting emotionally. This mental discipline ensures that you maintain clarity under pressure, avoid mistakes caused by impulsive decisions, and act decisively when the timing is ideal. Patience is also closely tied to resilience. Individuals who cultivate this discipline are better equipped to endure setbacks, navigate obstacles, and maintain strategic focus without distraction. Over time, patience becomes not just a virtue, but a competitive advantage. Combining patience and timing for maximum impact. The ultimate power of unseen strategy comes from integrating patience with precise timing. Waiting alone is passive, but patient observation combined with strategic timing transforms preparation into tangible results. By acting at the exact moment when conditions align, you maximize impact while minimizing risk. This combination allows you to protect your ideas from interference, capitalize on opportunities before competitors do, adjust strategies based on real-time feedback, maintain control over outcomes without exposing plans prematurely. When patience and timing are mastered, actions appear effortless to others. The results speak for themselves, creating an impression of natural ability while actually reflecting careful calculation and disciplined strategy. Chapter 4. Building strength behind the scenes. True power is often invisible. Many people equate success with visibility awards, recognition, or public applause. But lasting achievement frequently comes from quiet preparation, skill development, and subtle influence. Building strength behind the scenes is about cultivating capabilities, knowledge, and networks without broadcasting every effort. It is about creating leverage, mastering skills, and positioning yourself for maximum impact while remaining under the radar. By working quietly, you can improve faster, experiment safely, and act decisively without interference or scrutiny. This chapter explores the principles of invisible strength, teaching you how to quietly enhance your skills, cultivate strategic relationships, influence outcomes subtly, and convert behind-the-scenes preparation into a tangible competitive advantage. quietly developing skills and knowledge. The cornerstone of invisible strength is continuous self-improvement. Quietly honing your abilities allows you to build expertise without the pressure of public attention. When others focus on appearances, you focus on competence, giving yourself an edge that is difficult to replicate. Developing skills quietly has several advantages. Freedom to experiment. Mistakes can be made and learned from without fear of public scrutiny. Flexibility to pivot. You can adjust your approach and expand your expertise without reputational risk. Long-term mastery. Incremental, consistent effort builds depth and resilience that outlasts quick bursts of visible effort. For example, a professional who spends years mastering a complex software, negotiating quietly, or improving leadership skills behind the scenes will outperform colleagues who prioritize visibility over competence. Knowledge acquired privately can be applied decisively at the right moment, creating results that seem effortless to onlookers but are actually the product of careful preparation. Quiet skill development is also about mental growth, studying, analyzing, and reflecting, so that when challenges arise, you are ready to respond strategically rather than reactively. Networking without exposing intentions. Building relationships is essential, but strategic networking requires discretion. Invisible strength comes from connecting with the right people without revealing your ambitions or intentions too early. This ensures your alliances are authentic, reliable, and not manipulated by others. Key principles of strategic, quiet networking. Focus on learning, not self-promotion. Build genuine connections by providing value, listening, and understanding others' needs. Identify allies quietly. Choose collaborators who can support your objectives without requiring public acknowledgement. Control disclosure. Share information selectively only when it strengthens outcomes or protects your interests. For instance, a leader cultivating mentorship relationships may gain insights and guidance without broadcasting goals that could attract envy or competition. By nurturing relationships quietly, you create a support system that can be leveraged when the time is right, without alerting potential rivals. Networking discreetly also allows for adaptability. As circumstances change, your relationships remain flexible and trustworthy, providing strategic advantages that are difficult to undermine. Exercising influence subtly without broadcasting effort. Influence is often mistaken for dominance or loud persuasion. In reality, the most effective influence is subtle. Those with invisible strength guide outcomes without revealing the full scope of their actions, allowing others to feel ownership or autonomy while still achieving strategic objectives. Subtle influence includes listening more than speaking, understanding motivations and perspectives to guide decisions indirectly, using questions strategically, leading others to conclusions without overtly instructing them. Timing your interventions, choosing when to contribute, when to step back, and when to act for maximum effect. This kind of influence ensures that your strategic moves remain shielded from competitors or detractors. Whether in business, politics, or personal life, quiet influence allows you to create outcomes without unnecessary attention, reducing resistance and building credibility. Over time, subtle influence cultivates respect and authority organically, as results demonstrate competence and insight without the need for overt claims or announcements, turning invisible preparation into a strategic advantage. The ultimate value of behind-the-scenes work lies in its ability to become a decisive advantage. Preparation that is hidden allows you to act while others are still unready, creating momentum and surprise that magnifies impact. Strategic invisible preparation involves anticipating challenges, developing skills and resources that allow you to respond effectively to obstacles before they arise, creating leverage, building capabilities, relationships, and knowledge that give you options competitors do not see, executing decisively, revealing results at the optimal moment, ensuring maximum impact with minimal opposition. For example, a company quietly develops a new innovation while competitors focus on public relations, giving it a first-mover advantage when the product launches. Similarly, an individual who quietly improves skills or relationships can seize opportunities others never anticipated. Invisible preparation is also a shield. It protects your plans from interference, envy, or premature scrutiny. By acting quietly and intentionally, you maintain control over timing, perception, and outcomes. The strength you build behind the scenes often determines the difference between fleeting effort and lasting achievement. Chapter 5. The Silent Winner's Mindset. Success is not always about making noise, gaining immediate recognition, or seeking approval. Often, the most effective individuals are those who act quietly, think strategically, and exercise restraint. The mindset of a silent winner is built on patience, observation, self-control, and the ability to anticipate outcomes without revealing intentions. Silent winners understand that restraint is a form of power. It minimizes distractions, reduces unnecessary conflicts, and allows actions to have maximum impact at the right moment. This chapter delves into the psychology of self-discipline, the importance of mental resilience, and the value of anticipating the actions of others. It emphasizes that true success is achieved not by loud proclamations, but through careful preparation, thoughtful decision-making, and strategic patience. Mastering self-control and emotional discipline. Self-control is the hallmark of silent winners. Acting impulsively or reacting to immediate pressures often leads to mistakes, missed opportunities, and reduced credibility. Those who cultivate emotional discipline can manage stress, maintain focus, and make rational decisions under pressure. Key aspects include delaying gratification. Prioritizing long-term outcomes over short-term satisfaction ensures consistent progress toward meaningful goals. Regulating reactions. Maintaining composure in challenging situations prevents others from exploiting weaknesses or provoking errors. Focusing on the process, not recognition. Silent winners direct attention inward, developing skills and executing plans without seeking applause. Emotional discipline allows for clarity and precision. For example, in negotiation or conflict, a calm, composed approach often secures better outcomes than a reactive one. Self-control transforms internal strength into external results, empowering silent winners to act with confidence when timing and conditions align. Observing and analyzing situations before acting. Observation is a critical skill in the silent winner's toolkit. Rather than rushing to act, they watch, listen, and analyze before making moves. Strategic observation allows individuals to identify opportunities, anticipate challenges, and understand the motivations of others. Important points include active listening, understanding people's priorities, fears, and tendencies without revealing your own plans. Pattern recognition, spotting trends, behaviors, or gaps in knowledge that can be leveraged strategically. Timing analysis, assessing the optimal moment to act based on situational awareness. By observing first, silent winners ensure that when they act, their decisions are informed and precise. Others may be moving hastily, making errors, or exposing themselves to risk, while the silent winner remains in control, ready to capitalize on openings. Anticipating others' moves without giving away yours. Anticipation is a form of strategic foresight. Silent winners develop the ability to predict others' actions and adapt their strategies accordingly without revealing their own intentions. This ability creates a substantial competitive advantage. Key elements include studying behavior, understanding patterns in colleagues, competitors, or adversaries to predict future actions. Strategic positioning, preparing responses and solutions in advance, allowing for rapid, decisive action. Maintaining secrecy, ensuring that your anticipation does not become known, preventing others from countering your strategy. For instance, in business negotiations or competitive environments, anticipating counteroffers, objections, or competitor moves allows the silent winner to navigate situations advantageously. By keeping plans hidden, they protect themselves while gaining the upper hand. Cultivating mental resilience and strategic patience. Mental resilience and patience are core attributes of silent winners. Success is rarely instant. Challenges, delays, and setbacks are inevitable. The ability to endure, adapt, and remain focused distinguishes those who achieve long-term results from those who falter under pressure. Considerations include developing focus, concentrating on meaningful actions rather than distractions or noise, bouncing back from setbacks, viewing failures as learning opportunities and adjusting strategies accordingly, waiting for the optimal moment. Patience ensures that efforts are revealed and executed when they will have the greatest impact. Strategic patience amplifies results. A silent winner may work for months or years on a project, honing skills and preparing meticulously, only to reveal achievements when they are most powerful. This discipline ensures that the full impact is realized, often surpassing the efforts of those who acted hastily or sought immediate recognition. Chapter 6. Influence without exposure. True influence is not about making your intentions obvious or constantly promoting your agenda. The most effective leaders, negotiators, and strategists often achieve their goals quietly, guiding outcomes without broadcasting their moves. Influence without exposure is the art of shaping decisions, creating alignment, and achieving objectives while maintaining discretion. By keeping your plans private, you retain control, reduce opposition, and create opportunities that others cannot anticipate. This chapter explores the methods and mindset required to exert influence subtly. It highlights the techniques of persuasion that operate behind the scenes, the importance of timing and observation, and the advantages of acting discreetly to achieve maximum results. Mastering these skills allows you to accomplish objectives efficiently while avoiding unnecessary conflict, exposure, or interference. Achieving negotiation and leadership goals. Quietly, effective negotiation and leadership often rely on subtlety rather than overt assertion. Revealing your full strategy or goals too early can compromise leverage, invite resistance, or shift the dynamics against you. Silent influence emphasizes preparation, understanding the needs of others, and guiding outcomes without revealing your intentions. Key principles include listening more than speaking, gathering information about priorities, concerns, and motivations. Indirect guidance, leading people toward desired outcomes through suggestions, framing, or carefully timed interventions. Concealing bottom lines, ensuring your true position or limits remain private to maintain negotiation power. For example, in a business negotiation, a leader may present options subtly, steering a counterpart toward an agreement that aligns with their goals without explicitly stating their strategy. Quiet leadership allows you to direct decisions, shape outcomes, and gain trust without forcing compliance. Subtle persuasion techniques that guide outcomes. Subtle influence relies on understanding human psychology, communication nuances, and situational dynamics. The goal is to achieve alignment or compliance without overt pressure. Techniques include framing conversations strategically, presenting information in a way that encourages the desired response without revealing intent, asking guiding questions, leading others to conclusions that support your objectives while making them feel ownership, leveraging incentives and motivations, aligning your goals with the interests of others to naturally encourage cooperation. This approach ensures that influence appears collaborative or organic rather than forced or manipulative. Individuals who master subtle persuasion can achieve outcomes with minimal friction while maintaining strong relationships and discretion. Case studies from business, politics, and sports. Across industries, discreet action often produces the most impressive outcomes. In business, companies negotiate advantageous partnerships quietly to prevent competitors from reacting. Political leaders craft agreements behind closed doors to ensure smooth implementation without public pressure. In sports, coaches and teams analyze opponents and adjust strategies without revealing game plans until the decisive moment. These examples highlight a consistent principle. Visible effort or overt declarations do not guarantee success. Those who influence behind the scenes often secure outcomes that appear effortless to outsiders. By studying these cases, you learn the value of timing, discretion, and strategic observation in achieving influence without exposure. Protecting your position while exercising influence. Influence is only effective if your position remains secure. Revealing too much too soon can undermine authority, invite counteractions, or weaken leverage. Strategic individuals safeguard their position by controlling information, limiting disclosure, and revealing insights selectively. Strategies for protection include limiting access to sensitive information, only sharing what is necessary with trusted parties, maintaining flexibility, avoiding commitments that restrict your ability to adapt, monitoring responses discreetly, observing reactions and adjusting approach without revealing strategy. By protecting your position while influencing others, you maintain a quiet advantage that ensures outcomes are achieved without unnecessary interference. This creates a balance between power and subtlety, allowing results to manifest on your terms. Chapter 7. Safeguarding your vision. Every great achievement begins with a clear vision, a roadmap that guides decisions, actions, and long-term goals. But even the best vision is vulnerable if not carefully protected. Sharing too much, losing focus, or allowing distractions can derail even the most promising plans. Safeguarding your vision is about maintaining clarity, exercising discretion, and creating an environment in which your ideas can flourish safely. This chapter explores how to defend your ambitions from envy, competition, and sabotage while preserving flexibility and focus. It emphasizes strategic secrecy, disciplined attention, and the ability to act decisively at the right moment. Protecting your vision ensures that your plans are executed effectively and that the impact of your work is maximized. Protecting ideas from envy, competition, or sabotage. A vision that is widely known can attract unwanted attention. Competitors may attempt to replicate or undermine your work, and even allies can unintentionally interfere. Envy, rivalry, and sabotage are common threats in professional and personal environments. To safeguard your vision, limit disclosure. Only share ideas with those who have proven loyalty or whose input is essential. Maintain control. Keep critical details private until you are ready to act. Stay focused on execution. Avoid being distracted by criticism, opinions, or jealousy. Strategic protection of your vision prevents others from hijacking your plans or derailing your progress. By staying vigilant and deliberate, you maintain an advantage over those who are reactive rather than proactive. Keeping plans confidential until execution. Ideas gain power when executed at the right moment. Prematurely revealing plans can reduce impact, create unnecessary competition, or allow others to copy or counteract your strategy. Confidentiality is essential to maximize the effectiveness of your efforts. Practical steps include private preparation, work on your goals quietly, refining them before sharing. Selective collaboration, involve only essential team members or trusted advisors. Controlled timing, reveal progress or results only when it strengthens your position. By keeping plans confidential, you preserve originality, maintain flexibility, and increase the likelihood of achieving a powerful, noticeable impact once executed. Using secrecy as a tool for advantage, not fear. Secrecy should not stem from fear or insecurity. It is a strategic choice that amplifies your influence and protects your work. Using discretion proactively allows you to maintain leverage, control outcomes, and surprise competitors or colleagues when the time is right. Key approaches include strategic withholding, reveal information selectively to enhance negotiation, collaboration, or influence. Maintaining the element of surprise, launch or announce projects when external conditions maximize impact. Empowering action through discretion, focus on what you can control rather than what others perceive. Secrecy transforms from a defensive shield into an offensive tool that strengthens your vision and protects your strategic advantage. Maintaining focus amid distractions and external pressures. Even with discretion and strategic secrecy, the biggest threat to a vision can be distraction, both internal and external. Competing priorities, unsolicited advice, or social pressures can derail focus. Protecting your vision requires discipline and mental resilience. Strategies to maintain focus. Prioritize essentials. Concentrate on high-impact actions that directly advance your vision. Build routines. Develop consistent habits that reduce the influence of distractions. Mental discipline. Resist engaging in reactive behavior or being swayed by external noise. Focus, combined with strategic discretion, ensures that your vision is steadily nurtured and executed without interruption, leading to consistent and meaningful results. Chapter 8. Letting success speak for you. True success does not require constant promotion, loud announcements, or endless self-promotion. In fact, the most impactful achievements are often those that unfold quietly, leaving others to recognize results rather than intentions. When actions are deliberate, focused, and well executed, outcomes naturally communicate competence, discipline, and value. Success that speaks for itself eliminates the need for validation or superficial recognition, allowing the individual's work and results to build credibility organically. By focusing on delivering tangible outcomes instead of broadcasting ambitions, you create an unshakable reputation that is rooted in performance, not appearances. Communicating capability through results. Communicating capability through results is far more persuasive than words. Actions create a permanent record of skill, diligence, and strategic thinking that others cannot dispute or dismiss. When achievements are consistently delivered, they inspire trust, respect, and admiration, establishing influence quietly but firmly. By avoiding hype, empty promises, or premature announcements, you protect your credibility and create a reputation based on merit. The people who rely on words alone may gain attention briefly, but only those whose results speak loudly and consistently leave a lasting mark. Avoiding hype and empty promises, announcing plans or intentions prematurely can backfire, creating expectations that may be impossible to meet. Empty promises can damage credibility, invite criticism, and distract from the real work that matters. By prioritizing action over words, you ensure that achievements remain genuine and meaningful. Consistently delivering on promises without over-promoting creates trust and reinforces a culture of accountability. Those who master this principle rely on outcomes to define their reputation, making their success more authentic and respected. Learning from quiet achievers. Observing quiet achievers demonstrates the power of patience, discipline, and strategic restraint. Individuals who focus on improvement, work diligently behind the scenes, and act without seeking immediate recognition often achieve breakthroughs that surprise others. Their success is the culmination of preparation, foresight, and mental discipline, and it gains more weight because it is unexpected and undeniable. Learning from these examples emphasizes that consistent, discreet effort often outweighs public spectacle, and that the most respected reputations are built on steady, meaningful progress rather than noise or showmanship. Building reputation. Through consistent, discreet action. Building a strong reputation requires consistent effort over time, delivering results repeatedly, maintaining focus, and quietly refining skills establishes credibility that cannot be easily challenged. Reputation becomes a strategic asset. It opens doors, attracts opportunities, and generates influence without requiring you to advertise your efforts. By letting performance speak for itself, you shift the focus from intentions to outcomes, ensuring that your work is recognized for its actual value. Over time, this approach allows your achievements to create momentum, reinforce trust, and solidify your standing as someone who delivers consistently and strategically. Chapter 9. Executing moves strategically. Having a plan, strategy, or vision is crucial, but even the most brilliant ideas remain ineffective if they are not acted upon. Execution is the bridge between intention and tangible results. Strategic execution is about more than simply completing tasks. It is about taking deliberate, intelligent action at the right moment, while maintaining discretion and alignment with long-term goals. The silent strategist understands that each move contributes to a larger objective, and that impulsive or premature action can jeopardize progress. By executing with focus, patience, and foresight, momentum builds quietly, the plan is protected, and outcomes are maximized without drawing unnecessary attention. Execution is a balance of preparation and adaptability. It requires translating vision into measurable steps, monitoring outcomes, refining actions as needed, and ensuring accountability, all while keeping the process discreet. Those who master strategic execution recognize that the timing, order, and precision of every action determines whether success is fleeting or enduring. In this chapter, we explore how to convert plans into disciplined action, track progress without exposure, refine strategies along the way, and balance flexibility with the need for strategic secrecy. Turning plans into disciplined, actionable steps. The first step in execution is breaking down broad objectives into smaller, manageable, and actionable steps. Large goals can be overwhelming, but when divided into clear tasks, progress becomes tangible and measurable. Each step should be carefully considered, ensuring it aligns with long-term objectives and supports the overarching strategy. Strategic thinkers approach execution with discipline, avoiding rushed or impulsive moves that could compromise the plan. Deliberate action allows for anticipation of potential obstacles, better resource allocation, and measurable progress. By treating execution as a continuous, structured process, every move is purposeful, reducing errors and increasing the likelihood of achieving meaningful results. Discipline in execution complements creativity in planning, transforming ideas into reality. Step-by-step execution with monitoring and refinement. Execution is not static, it is an evolving process that requires continuous observation and refinement. Each action should be monitored to assess effectiveness and identify areas for improvement. Strategic thinkers adjust their approach in real time, responding to unforeseen challenges, leveraging unexpected opportunities, and ensuring alignment with long-term objectives. By quietly refining strategies as they move forward, they protect the integrity of the plan while avoiding unnecessary exposure to competitors or detractors. Step-by-step execution ensures that progress is deliberate, informed, and adaptive, allowing the strategist to maintain control over outcomes while steadily advancing toward their goals. Continuous refinement turns each action into a learning opportunity and strengthens overall strategy. Tools for private progress tracking and accountability. Measuring progress is essential for successful execution, but it can be done without revealing your plans publicly. Discrete tools such as private journals, checklists, progress dashboards, or project management software allow you to monitor milestones, deadlines, and key performance indicators while keeping strategy confidential. Private tracking ensures accountability, highlighting what is working, what needs adjustment, and where additional focus is required. By maintaining this silent oversight, strategic thinkers gain insight into results, identify challenges early, and adapt without alerting others. This method of private accountability allows for consistent progress, empowers decisive action, and safeguards the plan from external interference, balancing flexibility with maintaining strategic discretion. Even the most carefully crafted plan may encounter unexpected developments. Flexibility is essential in strategic execution. It allows you to adjust tactics, respond to unforeseen challenges, and seize new opportunities. However, adaptability must be balanced with discretion. Acting openly or revealing too much can expose weaknesses, alert competitors, or invite interference. The silent strategist adjusts actions quietly, maintaining control while navigating changes. This combination of nimbleness and secrecy ensures that execution remains effective, outcomes are maximized, and long-term objectives are protected. Balancing flexibility with discretion transforms careful planning into successful, impactful action. Chapter 10. Leaving a legacy of strategy. A legacy is more than fame, recognition, or short-term success. It is the enduring influence of your decisions, actions, and mindset over time. For the silent strategist, legacy is not a byproduct of public acclaim, but the natural result of foresight, discretion, and deliberate action. Every move, when executed thoughtfully, becomes part of a long-lasting chain of impact that shapes organizations, cultures, and individuals beyond immediate observation. By acting quietly yet purposefully, the strategist ensures that their influence persists even when they are no longer directly involved. This chapter explores how unseen, strategic actions create meaningful legacies, illustrating that patient, disciplined execution can leave an indelible mark on the world. Legacy is built on consistency, awareness, and intentionality. It is not about collecting accolades, broadcasting success, or seeking validation. Rather, it emerges from carefully designed actions, timing, and the creation of systems or behaviors that continue to produce results. A silent strategist prioritizes long-term value over temporary attention, knowing that true influence often becomes visible only after years of quiet cultivation. This chapter will guide readers through the methods of leaving a legacy that matters, through action, discretion, foresight, and the subtle power of strategic thinking. How deliberate, unseen actions create lasting impact. The work of a silent strategist is never fleeting. It has ripple effects that extend far beyond the moment of action. Every choice executed with precision and thoughtfulness contributes to outcomes that persist over time. Whether building an organization, implementing systems, or influencing culture, the impact of careful, discrete action grows exponentially. By focusing on quality rather than visibility, the strategist ensures that achievements continue to benefit others, even after immediate attention fades. True lasting impact comes not from loud declarations or public recognition, but from sustained, meaningful execution that leaves structures, practices, and habits in place for future generations. This approach transforms ordinary actions into enduring influence, demonstrating the quiet power of foresight and discipline. Becoming a role model for strategic thinking, a silent strategist influences others by example rather than instruction. When people observe consistent, thoughtful decision-making, patience, and restraint in action, they internalize these lessons without needing explicit guidance. This quiet modeling establishes credibility and inspires respect, shaping the culture of teams, organizations, and communities. By demonstrating how unseen planning and disciplined execution lead to results, a strategist encourages peers and successors to adopt similar practices. Over time, the subtle influence of strategic behavior fosters a culture that values careful thought, discretion, and patience. Being a role model in this way ensures that your principles continue to guide decisions, shaping behaviors and outcomes long after direct involvement ends. Balancing humility with ambition for enduring influence. The silent strategist achieves greatness through a careful balance of humility and ambition. Ambition fuels persistent effort toward meaningful objectives, while humility prevents ego from compromising decisions or revealing plans prematurely. This balance ensures that actions remain deliberate and relationships are nurtured rather than exploited. Humility also allows strategists to empower, mentor, and guide others, extending their influence beyond personal accomplishments. When ambition is tempered by humility, outcomes are sustainable, relationships are strengthened, and the strategist's impact continues to grow organically. This combination of drive and restraint is a defining characteristic of those whose legacy transcends their own tenure or presence. Ensuring your legacy through foresight, discretion, and thoughtful decision-making. A durable legacy is not accidental. It is the result of intentional, thoughtful decisions. Each choice should be evaluated for long-term consequences, timing, and strategic effect. Foresight allows the strategist to anticipate challenges and opportunities, creating systems and structures that endure. Discretion protects these plans from interference, ensuring that the results remain intact until the right moment for revelation. Thoughtful decision-making paired with patient execution guarantees that contributions are significant, enduring, and recognized at the appropriate time. By consistently applying these principles, a strategist ensures that their influence and impact persist beyond immediate achievements, leaving a meaningful mark on the people, organizations, and environments they touch. Mentorship and nurturing the next generation. A critical aspect of a lasting legacy is the cultivation of future leaders and thinkers. Silent strategists understand that their greatest impact may come not from their own actions, but from empowering others to act strategically. Mentorship involves sharing knowledge subtly, providing guidance without micromanagement, and modeling behaviors that others can emulate. By nurturing capable successors, the strategist ensures that their principles of foresight, patience, and discretion continue to influence outcomes even after they are no longer directly involved. Legacy, in this sense, becomes a living, evolving force, propagated through those who have been shaped by example rather than instruction, creating systems and structures that outlast you. Beyond mentoring individuals, a true legacy involves building systems, frameworks, and processes that continue to function effectively without constant oversight. Whether in business, community leadership, or personal projects, these structures carry forward the strategist's influence and values. Well-designed systems anticipate challenges, provide guidance, and maintain operational integrity long after the creator has stepped back. By embedding strategic thinking into the very architecture of organizations or initiatives, a silent strategist ensures that their impact is sustainable, scalable, and enduring. This type of legacy turns unseen efforts into long-lasting influence, proving that quiet preparation can have monumental consequences over time. Conclusion: the strength of silence and strategic action. Success is rarely the product of noise, public announcements, or the constant pursuit of recognition. True achievement comes from careful thought, disciplined action, and the strategic use of discretion. Throughout this book, we have explored the immense power of unseen strategy, the art of acting quietly, planning meticulously, and executing with patience and precision. From private goal setting to building invisible strength and leaving a lasting legacy, the underlying principle is clear. Results, not words, define real success. In a world obsessed with visibility, social validation, and immediate outcomes, the silent strategist stands apart. By thinking ahead in silence, anticipating challenges, and acting only when conditions are optimal, you gain an advantage that others cannot easily perceive or replicate. Avoiding oversharing protects your vision, while mastering patience and timing allows your efforts to compound into meaningful progress. Building invisible strength through skills, knowledge, relationships, and subtle influence creates a foundation that supports consistent success, even amid competition, envy, or distraction. Every deliberate choice and measured action contributes to credibility, respect, and long-term impact. The mindset of a silent winner emphasizes observation, restraint, and anticipation. By carefully analyzing environments and the intentions of others, you transform insight into strategic advantage. Influence is exercised quietly, persuasion occurs subtly, and execution is deliberate yet adaptable. The combination of foresight, discretion, and disciplined action ensures that opportunities are seized at the right moment, risks are mitigated, and outcomes are amplified. This approach demonstrates that power is not in the noise you make, but in the results you create and the timing with which you act. Execution alone is insufficient without reflection and adaptability. Strategic action requires not only knowing how to act, but also when, how much to reveal, and how to adjust to changing circumstances. Every move, every decision, and every effort must be measured against long-term objectives. By letting success speak for itself, you build trust, influence, and authority naturally, without self-promotion or unnecessary exposure. Over time, the compounding effect of consistent, thoughtful, and unseen efforts establishes a reputation and presence that commands respect organically. Finally, the ultimate measure of strategic action is the legacy it leaves. By combining humility with ambition, foresight with discretion, and patience with disciplined execution, the silent strategist creates value that outlasts individual achievements. A legacy is not defined by accolades or public attention, but by the enduring impact of decisions, structures, guidance, and influence. The influence of a silent strategist is subtle but profound, shaping people, organizations, and systems in ways that continue to resonate long after the initial actions are complete. In essence, the strength of silence lies not in inaction, but in purposeful action, deliberate planning, and mindful execution. By embracing the principles of unseen strategy, you harness the quiet power that transforms potential into performance, ideas into impact, and ambition into a legacy that endures. True mastery is not measured by how loudly you proclaim your intentions, but by how effectively your actions shape the world around you, silently, strategically, and with lasting effect.